following conventions help an audience understand media through familiar or pre-exposed structures and formats. This falls in line with Stuart Hall's reception theory. The first way my music video follows conventions are the replication of indie cinematography, the heavy use of close-ups, grain, soft lighting, the focus on mise-en-scene and post-production, and the DIY feel all contribute to the genre's typical look and feel. These stylized techniques are also used in most Brockhampton music videos, which is mainly why I have followed these specific cinematic cues. Another way I have followed conventions through cinematography is the intentional use of warm and very low-key lighting. In my music video, a scene where the lighting is noticeably warm is when Adam and Julian are slowly falling in love. This technique is also noticed in Luca Guadagnino's film Call Me By Your Name, where both lovers are seen basking in the golden afternoon light, enveloping the viewer in the character's feeling of warmth, comfort, and safety. In contrast to this, in my film, after Adam is aware of his hallucination, his mental state is represented visually through the use of double exposure, grain, and extreme low-key lighting. Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet and Barry Jenkins' Moonlight both have, in different ways, incorporated contrast and binary oppositions. I have used Claude Levi's binary opposition theory similarly. The first half of my film radiates feelings of love and acceptance, while the second half is shrouded in self-loathing and isolation. However, always following conventions can get repetitive and boring to audiences, which is why breaking conventions are equally as important, as they offer variety and engage with the audience. Most hip-hop artists' songs follow performance type for their music videos and often stay away from political statements. I personally found this approach limiting, as the layered music needed to be matched with a layered story. Vladimir Prop's conventions on character archetypes are ignored within my story. Not one character is clearly defined as either a villain or a hero, but is depicted as they are. This creates a sense of ambiguity and has the audience seeking more dimensions to their personality and history. For my digipack, I followed the generic formatting, such as adding the album name and artist on the cover, the track list, the copyright credits, the group's logo, website, and social media handles. The only convention I did not follow with regards to the digipack is keeping the same aesthetic for the front and back cover. This was done to emphasize the contrasting themes in both the music video and the music. Representation-wise, my film's protagonist was part of two minorities, mentally ill and queer. Queer representation in media is almost always sexualized, which is why I have moved away from that in my film. I wanted to represent the queer community in a way that makes the audience experience the unfiltered love and affection between the characters. The film is also meant to represent how this mentally ill boy is so accustomed to the shunning of society that his state of mind is shattered to the point of no return. The film is meant to represent both minorities in order to build a relationship with the characters and the audience. My products are strongly connected to Brockhampton's eclectic style. This can be observed in their cinematic universe, their music, and the supporting artwork through the extensive use of juxtaposition. Much like their album title, I chose to saturate the products in every way possible. Most Brockhampton-related artworks are highly saturated and full of grain. I've applied this to my products by turning up the saturation and grain wherever I could. Contrasting colors and the Helvetica new font are very recognizable within the group's aesthetic. I have assimilated both of these aspects in the digipack as well as the music video. My music video storyline and visuals are also representative of the group's brand, as it uses contrasting ideas to talk about quote-unquote controversial topics. The music videos are also characterized by the many track shots and follow-through shots. Contrast, blending, and meshing are aspects I tried to follow for the Digipack website and music video. I tried to reflect the branding in my own interpretation. I wanted the products to be delivered with the same recognizability, which is why I followed along with similar aesthetic choices. My aim was to integrate the projects to create a sense of consistent branding. To understand the group's audience better, I conducted a survey. The survey guided me in terms of who was going to consume my product. This helped me as a producer gain insight into the audience's expectations based on the culture that they are predisposed to. The visuals are aesthetically pleasing, which affects the group's audience because they usually look forward to seeing the subliminal messages and the vivid colors presented throughout their music videos. The visuals are meant to draw in people who are not necessarily part of the audience but enjoy art and share the cover because of its uniqueness. My website is easy to navigate with a menu and various buttons. I have even connected with the band's social media links. Since they have a global audience, the music video will be distributed through streaming sites like YouTube. The album would be distributed both digitally through streaming sites like Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play, and available as a physical copy sold through online stores such as Amazon and their own website. Inspiration sprung from my personal collection of books, such as Romeo and Juliet, the Bible, and A Catcher in the Rye, as well as digital sources such as films, Call Me By Your Name in Moonlight, and music videos, Garden and Empty. My research was done using online resources by following the group's social medias and their past and upcoming projects. For the plot and screenplay, I switched back and forth from using Microsoft Word document and paper to draft and finalize my concept. As for my storyboard, I used a generic black pen and paper to make an illustration of the shots, angles, and camera movements I had planned on executing. During the production stage, I used a Canon EOS Rebel T3i along with a tripod to film the entire music video. The video was done on manual mode, which gave me the freedom to make changes to the shutter speed, aperture, ISO, and white balance. This, and the use of stocking material placed in front of the lens like a filter, aided the film to look exactly the way I wanted it to. To edit the video, I used Final Cut Pro as it is software I am familiar with. I used multiple title card templates to create a color shift with the band's name and a layered card for the title of the song. I used iTunes to source the music for the video. Farming and editing my album covers was done using the photo software on my MacBook. Here, I edited and cut the picture to create a customized glitch effect. To design my website, I used Wix.com as they provide a free platform to customize with your own website. Documenting my experience was done using WordPress. Since I had used this platform before, during my AS level coursework, it was easy enough the second time around. These are all the ways I have synergistically used software, hardware, and online technologies in my project.